Senator Vance, meanwhile, attempted to confront Vice President Kamala Harris after the two landed on the same Wisconsin airport tarmac at the same time. Cameras captured Vance walking toward Harris's plane. When asked afterwards what he was doing, he told reporters that he wanted to speak to Harris, adding that hopefully Air Force Two would be his soon.
I just wanted to check out my future plane, but I also wanted to go say hello to the Vice President and ask her why Kamala Harris refuses. Why does she refuse to answer questions from the media? And I also thought that the press gaggle following her might get a little lonely. I at least have enough respect for you all and for the American people you report to come and talk to you and to answer some questions. And so I thought her reporters might actually benefit from that as well.
Charlie, it just seems so rookie. I'm thinking, I don't like the name calling thing. I think it's mean when Trump does that with people. He's always like little Marco or whatever. Yeah. But I got to tell you, JV Vance kind of fits right here. Your thoughts?
Who thought this was a good idea? I mean, really, to put the vice presidential candidate on this weird stalking routine, and that gimmick was, it was lame with hair on it. It was just embarrassing. It was cringe. Yeah, it was awkward. In part because, as we were talking about before, the split screen between this enthusiastic, happy warrior campaign, and then there's J.D. Vance who bungles easy questions about what makes you smile, and he couldn't even come up with something that made him sound like an authentic human being. And later he was asked by a Wisconsin reporter, why was it Wisconsin? I want to have beer with you, and he bungled that. It's like he can't even bring himself to say something, normal about all of this. Now I know you're going to do a fact check, but I also think, look, I have been critical of J.D. Vance in the past, and I have a list of words that I'm not going to use on the air to describe some of the things that he is doing, including his decision to attack Tim Walz on his military experience. J.D. Vance has shown himself willing to do things that would be beneath the dignity of most politicians in America, on both the right and the left. He is willing to say things, to engage in the kinds of below-the-belt, unfair, dishonest, puerile attacks that I think that most politicians, I think, would say, let somebody else do that, or that's really not where we want to go in this campaign. But with Donald Trump, sitting in splendid isolation down in Mar-a-Lago, what have they got? They have J.D. Vance. And they have decided to go as dark and ugly as possible, and of course with the added dollop of cringe that J.D. Vance always brings to these things.
Well, and that's the thing, and I think it probably bothers Donald Trump that he's willing to say these things. That's good, but he doesn't say them. He doesn't execute. It comes out very cringy, very kind of awkward, unfortunately for him.